Hey gang, Dirty Rob from the West Michigan Trail Runners in the Gazelle Sports Dirty Herd with another shoe review. That's right, you've already seen what shoe I'm going to talk about. You've obviously read the title of this video before you clicked on it. I'm going to put this whole big debate to rest, maybe, that I started from my top 5 list for the year. There was a lot of comments in the thread, a lot of emails I received, a lot of questions about why no Pearl Izumi shoes. So I went out and bought the Pearl Izumi E Trail N2 V2. And I'm not going to lie to you. This is a fantastic shoe. I think the reason it's not in my top 5 is because no one around West Michigan sells it. I had to go online to get it. But it's a really good shoe. It has a lot of cool things that I think a lot of people would like. Let's talk about them. What do I like about the shoe? I'm starting with the tongue like I usually do. And I love the tongue in the shoe. Because I own a pair of the Pearl Izumi M3 road shoes that I've had from version 1 that I still keep. So obviously I like it a little bit. I have a lot of shoes at my disposal, and I like that shoe. Despite being a little fitted in the toe box and having an awful, awful tongue. The tongue in the M3 always slides to the outside of my foot, both feet, every time I run it. Nothing can be done because the lace guidance is so stinking low in the tongue. So when this shoe showed up, I right away thought, I wonder if they fixed it, or if I wonder if they kept it there, and I wonder if they have a reason why it's there. But nothing to worry about, because you've got little guidance there and on the other side of the tongue. So this tongue stayed perfectly center, perfectly comfortable, every mile, every step, every run. Combine that with these nice little waffle laces, I don't know if you can see that there, a la New Balance, fantastic fit. Couple that with this great fitted upper, locked in heel, great midfoot through the mid-wrap through the center of the foot, nice wide toe box. You see all these overlays, not a stitch on them. Here's the only stitching you're gonna see is back along the hem of this little heel counter thing. Super comfortable fit, great upper, great fabric, great design. You'd expect that from Pearl Izumi. That's what they do. The toe rand is nice and durable. Nice little rubber collar right in the center where you're going to possibly kick things. The toe rand wraps all the way around, almost to the metatarsal, so it tapers down as it gets there. So in case you have wide feet and you need some more splay room, you're going to get it there. So upper, I literally have not a single negative word to say about it. It's fantastic. Getting to the midsole, the runnability of the shoe. Dynamic offset, what does it mean? It's kind of the buzz thing, it's their thing. A lot of people ask about it. I emailed both of our Michigan reps here, looking for more information. They sent me stuff, they were great. Thank you very much, you guys. I still don't 100% understand it, but I wouldn't worry about it. Here's what you need to know. It's 24 millimeters stack height in the heel. It tapers down to the forefoot. It tapers in an unusual pattern because you get a little extra midfoot support here, full ground contact, a little wider in the midfoot, and then the toe springs move back 20 millimeters. So what does that mean? It's a little more runnable. It flexes a little differently. I happen to like it a lot. They listed it between 7.5 and 4 millimeters of drop. I'm going to definitely kind of gravitate towards the lower number there, not the 7.5, because I can tell you, anytime I spend any time in a shoe that's over 6 millimeter drop, I will eventually, at some point, catch my heel a little bit. I have spent so much time in 0 drop shoes and 4 millimeter drop shoes that anything over that, I'm going to catch this. I'm not going to trip and fall, but this is going to catch, it's going to squeak, it's going to drag, it's going to do something. And 50 plus miles in the shoe, I've done none of the above. It has been a completely smooth, fun ride in this shoe. I absolutely loved it. Now we got that out of the way. Last thing about the midsole, ESS rock plate. It's not plastic. It's a pressed EVA. Super comfortable. I liked it a ton. I think it gives a little more flexibility, gives you a little more ground feel while still protecting you, and I'm sure it shaves off a little bit of weight. So love the rock plate. Well done, Pearl Izumi. Outsole, you can kind of see multi-direction lugs going left, right, back and forth. This shoe has been run on snow, ice, sand, dirt, wet leaves. Everything you're going to encounter in a Michigan fall. Nothing slipped out of place, nothing went sideways, nothing went backwards. I was soundly footed every step of every run I put on this shoe. Loved it a lot. So now we're to my one complaint. The one thing that's going to cost this shoe is its weight. They list the size 9 at 10 ounces, I think it was, on their website. My size 14 here weighs in at 14 ounces. That's a lot of shoe. And especially when a lot of shoes nowadays that feel very similar to this weigh far less than that. which isn't a big deal. I think 6 or 7 miles is my longest run on the shoe, so not a big deal for that distance. But if you're going to run, longer, you want a lighter shoe. Did I notice it? I didn't. But if you're splitting hairs and you're being super anal about your data, you have to know it's just not a light shoe. It's up there with the Cascadia weight-wise, which is certainly on the higher end of the scale out there. So personally speaking, I'm sad to report, the N2 V2 did not earn a spot in the esteemed trunk of my car. I loved it a lot. I literally have one complaint, that's the weight. Other than that, the shoe is fantastic. And I think there's a lot of people who love it, and I don't think there's enough people to try it on. But if you ask me, I'm picking my Lone Peak over this shoe. Personal preference, I'm sorry. They're very similar shoes, but the Lone Peak is a little more comfortable and weighs a little less. Personal preference, like I said. But if you're out there and the Lone Peaks or Ultras in general are too wide for you, you want a little more shoe. You don't want the zero drop, which I think that's probably most popular in the trail industry, that 4 to 6 millimeter drop. This is a fantastic shoe you could do far, far worse than. This is a really good shoe. I'm really impressed by it. Impressed enough that I'm probably going to go out and buy the N1. I want to see what the lighter weight little brother to the shoe is. It's 20 millimeter, I think 20 and a half millimeters in the heel, so it's a little lower to the ground, lighter weight, a little more flexible. All things I'm curious about trying, and is a shoe that could potentially fit into my rotation of shoes for a little shorter distance, a little faster run. So all in all though, fantastic shoe. Great fit, great feel, plenty of room in the toe box, great materials. I mean, 50 plus miles and there's not a scratch on this shoe, so it's a bomb-proof tank. I think it's going to be awesome, and I'm looking forward to putting a lot of miles on it. Just maybe a little less than my Lone Peak. So that's it, guys. Nothing else to say about the Pearl Izumi E Trail N2 V2. Any comments, please, of course, add them in the comments below or email me through the store, Gazelle Sports in Grand Rapids. And until next time, guys, have a very happy holiday. Get outside, enjoy the weather. Remember, there's no bad weather, only bad gear. See you in the trails. I'm out.